Hello everyone, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. Today I will be sharing how I crochet these very easy and simple fingerless gloves. This is a very easy pattern. It's a double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, all the way around. I will be talking a little bit about these gloves and the different looks. So if you wanted to skip this portion, you can go ahead and just fast forward to this time frame, and I'll meet you there to get started on the tutorial. But I wanted to mention the different looks that you can create with this pattern. Like I mentioned before, this is a netting pattern, and I was able to complete this particular set in just a little over half an hour. So it's very fun to make. And I wanted to offer a few different variations of this pattern. This one here, I did a different border. For this one, it's just one row of single crochet at the top and at the bottom. It's very easy, simple, classic look. And then this one, the pattern is the same here except for the border. I did a picot single crochet all the way around at the top and at the bottom. So this one also came out adorable. Very easy and cute. And then I did a very dramatic one here, in my opinion. So here, like I mentioned, I did 10 rows, but this one I did 15, and I did ruffles on the edges at the top and at the bottom. So this one has a little bit more of a dramatic look to it, if that's your style. This is giving me like festival vibes, a little costume party vibes, a little burlesque feel to these. These came out pretty cute. And also, I will be talking about how to position the opening for the thumb. So for me, I can see the seam in my round, and yeah, I can see it right there. And to some people, it's not visible, and some people, they don't mind having the seam visible, but I like it on the inside. So I was very particular about where I was going to position the opening for my thumb. So the seam's on the inside, on the left, and on the right. Here's the seam right here. Here's my chain 2. And to some folks, it doesn't really bother you. And if it doesn't, you know, you can do this pattern twice. The seam will just be on the top on whichever hand you have it on. So one seam will be on the bottom and the other one will be on the top. And this is on round 5. So I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get on round 5. So for this fun little project, I will be using a size 3.5 millimeter hook. You'll need some scissors, a tapestry needle, and I'll be using this very pretty purple lilac color acrylic yarn to match this one here. Alrighty folks, let's get started. So I will be demonstrating how to crochet this specific pattern, and I would consider this size a small, only because it measures about 7.5 inches around, and it's only a chain of 26. So if you wanted to make it for a bigger size, I would add maybe 2 more chains for a medium, and then add an additional 2 chains for a large, and so forth. But when you do add the chains, make sure that it's an even number. This one is 26, only because the pattern calls for a double crochet and a skip one, double crochet, skip one, and so forth. So make sure that when you increase it or customize it, it totals an even number for your starting round. Alrighty, I just wanted to mention that real fast. Let's begin. To begin the pattern, I'm going to create a slip knot and attach it to my hook. And I'm going to do a chain of 26. After you chain your 26, I am going to slip stitch to that first chain here. And be mindful not to twist your chains there. Slip stitch and chain 1. For this first round, we are going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, in each chain around, completing 26 single crochets for this first round. Here I am approaching the end of round 1. Here's my last stitch, stitch number 26. Slip stitch to that first single crochet and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this chain 4 counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. So for the next row, we are going to do my chain 4, which counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. I will skip 1 and double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the same stitch. So that's all this pattern is. Complete it all the way around and I'll meet you at the end. Here I am approaching the end of round 2. Here is my last stitch. I will skip that and I'm going to slip stitch into that second chain. This right here was the beginning of the round. This was our chain 4. So I'll go ahead and slip stitch to that second chain and then chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to repeat the same process. So we're going to, like I said, this counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. And we're going to double crochet on top of our previous double crochet. So right here is the top of the double crochet. Insert your hook. There you go. Chain 1, double crochet on top of that double crochet right here. And you can see them right here. They have a slightly larger opening. So go ahead and complete this round along with round 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So after this round, do 2 more rows. And then on the following row, I'll talk a little bit more about the thumb opening there. So I will meet you at the end of round 5. So this is what our little project is looking like so far. Here is my beginning round. You can see the seam right there, or at least I can. But for the right hand, what I did in round 5, so you can see my beginning seam right there. You can see it better when it's completed. So for round 5, if you did it like me, if you started with 26, you'll have 13 double crochets in each round. So for here, for the left hand, I did 10 double crochets around. I skipped this 11th one and then finished the round with the 2. Here's the 2 I completed. So if this seam doesn't bother you, you can do this one twice for both hands. But for the right hand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 double crochets. So here's the beginning of my round. I did my 4 chains right there, and then here is my second double crochet. So this one here I'm going to skip, this one. And the way you skip it is you'll do, so here you have a chain 1, a double crochet, and a chain 1. So here you'll be doing 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. You're just gonna skip over this one here and go directly into the next double crochet, and there it leaves an opening there. And then just continue the pattern all the way around, repeating the same process, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Here I am at the end of this round, and I will slip stitch into that second chain right there. And there we have it. We completed the round for the thumb. And chain 4, double crochet on top of that double crochet, chain 1, and then you're going to do your double crochet into that second stitch here. I'm sorry, chain. Here's 1, 2, 3 chains that you did in the previous row. So here's the second chain. Just insert your hook into that chain and do your double crochet. So this is round 6 of the netting, not including the border. So go ahead and do 10 rows of the netting. So not including the border, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll meet you at the end of round 10, and then we'll work on this pretty little peacoat border. Alrighty, I'll meet you at the end of round 10. Okay friends, so I completed my 10 rows of the netting portion, and now it's time to do this very fun edging here. So for the next round, we are going to do 1 round of single crochet. So when I finished my round here, I slip stitched on that second chain, and I did a chain 1, not a chain 4 this time. So now we're going to do 1 round of single crochet. So in that first stitch, do a single crochet, and in between here we have 1 chain. So if you want to, you can put your hook into the chain like this to do a single crochet, and then do a single crochet on top of that double crochet. But if it's easier, you can just put your hook directly into this gap here. That's what I did. It was easier. Single crochet all the way around, completing 26 single crochets for this round. That is if you are doing it the way I'm doing, a size small. There, I did my 26 single crochets, slip stitch to that first single crochet, and chain 1. Okay, for our last row on the bottom here, we're going to do a single crochet in that first stitch, chain 2, and we're going to do a picot. So we're going to insert our hook into these 2 front stitches here. Insert your hook, that, pull the yarn and slip stitch. Creates a point there. And then single crochet into the next stitch. Single crochet into the following stitch. chain 2, insert your hook into that first loop, and then that side loop right there. Pull the yarn and slip stitch, and then a single crochet in the next stitch. So I'll be repeating this simple pattern all the way around, giving it this very cool edge. I'm a fan of the peacoat border. I feel like I use that a lot when I make scrunchies, when I make hats, when I make all kinds of stuff. That's one of my favorite edgings. Alrighty friends, I'm gonna go ahead and complete this round. Look at that, looks so cute. I'll go ahead and complete this round and I'll meet you at the end. Here I am at the end of this round. I just completed my last single crochet here, and I'll slip stitch into that first single crochet, chain 1 and fasten off. So that's what the bottom is looking like, and I'll do the same process at the very top. So I'll go ahead and insert my hook into that first. So this was where we did our chains. So it's gonna look a little bit different compared to the bottom. But I just pick any loop here. I'll try to do it on the inside portion there. Pick a loop and then pull my yarn through and chain 1. Just tuck this inside so it's not in my, actually, you know what? I'm going to incorporate that end. So usually sometimes I'll weave the ends in, or if I get the opportunity to incorporate it into the next round to hide it, I'll do that. So I think I'll just do that now. So here's my first stitch there. I'll do a single crochet, chain 2, a picot. There's my first one, and then a single crochet in the next one, single crochet in the next one, chain 2, do a picot, and there's my second point. And as you can see, I'm incorporating my tail there so I don't have to weave it in when I'm done. Makes it easier. Alrighty, I go ahead and complete this round, and I'll meet you at the very end. We're almost done. Here I am at the end of this round. I completed my last picot there, and here's my last stitch. I'll do a finish off with a single crochet, and then I will slip stitch to that first single crochet with the picot, pull the yarn through and chain 1 and fasten off. And then I'll just take a tapestry needle and just weave in my end there. And there we have it, friends. A cute little set. See how it looks. Nice and snug. And what I like about the acrylic yarn, it does have a little bit of a stretch to it. So at first it feels a little snug, but as I wear it, it kind of stretches out a little bit, which I like. There we go. So that's how we complete this one here, which is the same as the original one I was wearing. It's just, this is just like this one here without the picot. And then I also wanted to share how I do this one. And also I added a couple of rows here for the thumb if you kind of like that look. So I went ahead and did the whole pattern here. So this is the bottom of this long one here. So as you can see, I did a row of single crochet in black. And what I do to the bottom portion, this one right here, this is all double crochet. So after my round of single crochet, I'll go ahead and chain 2 to start off my round. And in each stitch, I will do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in the next stitch right here, I will do another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's all it is for this round to create this ruffled look here. We're just doing 5 double crochets in each stitch. And I do apologize for the black. I know it doesn't translate as well and it's very hard to see. But in each stitch here, we're going to do 5 double crochets in each stitch. This is a very easy round. So I'll go ahead and complete my pattern and I'll meet you at the end of this round here on this last stitch. Okay friends, so I went ahead and completed this ruffle round here. I did 5 double crochets in each stitch around, completing 130 double crochets. That is if you did 26 stitches around. So I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch to the top of that double crochet, chain 1 and fasten off. So here is the bottom portion of the glove. It's got this really pretty ruffle look to it. Alrighty, so I'll be repeating the same process at the top of the glove. However, I will be doing 5 half double crochets in each stitch around. The half double crochet isn't as bulky at the top as it is in the bottom. Okay, so I'll just insert my hook in my starting round there, just like so, and pull the yarn through. And then do a chain 1. So just like we did in the bottom, we'll be doing 5 stitches in the same stitch. So 5 half double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here's our first one. And into the next stitch, another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do apologize for the black. I know it's very hard to see on camera, but these stitches are just the same as I did in the purple one without the like here's the one without the picot. So I'm just putting 5 half double crochets in each stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this round and I will meet you at the end. So I went ahead and completed my ruffles here. I did 130 half double crochets for this round here. I slip stitched to that first half double crochet, chain 1 and fasten off. So this is what our project is looking like so far. And for the thumbs, I did 2 rows here, as you can see, 1 and 2. I did 2 rows of the lighter color and then 1 round of black. So it's up to you, friends, if you like to add a little bit of a sleeve on the thumb. We can do that, or if you just like it just like this. Either way, I think it's very cute. But to add the rose to the thumb, what I'm going to do is, if we take a look here, you will see that there are 1, 2, 3 half double crochets on this side, and then this top right here, 1, 2, 3. So these 3 stitches here and these 3 stitches here, this is where we're going to do our double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alrighty, so I'm going to insert my hook in any random one there. Pull the yarn through, and then we're going to do a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is considered a double crochet and a chain 1. So now we're going to do a double crochet in the next one, chain 1, and then a double crochet in the next one, chain 1, and here is the next one right here. Chain 1, chain 1, next one, chain 1. Let me make sure I have 6 there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So now I will slip stitch into the second chain there. So this beginning here, this beginning round, that was a chain 4 at the beginning. So I'll slip stitch into that second chain, then chain 4, and then just do another round. And there are my 2 rounds. I'm sorry if it was a little shaky, folks. This is such a small area to work. And usually I do this on my lap, so it's kind of hard to maneuver. But it's 2 rows of 6 double crochets, chain 1 around. And for the last row, I'm just going to do 1 round of single crochet in the black yarn. Let's see. And 12. There we go. 12 single crochets all around. Slip stitch, chain 1, and fasten off. And there we have it, friends. Very easy pattern. This one is really funky. I'm digging it. So thank you so much everyone for taking the time to view my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this pattern, and thank you so much for your time. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Thank you all.